It's the end of an era. All of the 2023 Toyota Tacomas are gone. Now, I'm sure there's probably some Tacomas out there in your neck of the woods, some dealerships that still have some. But for me, if I wanted to go out and buy a new 2023 Tacoma right now, you know, the one that has the V6 engine, the non-turbo with the old clanky transmission, they're gone. You know, I was just getting ready. We're going to do actually a little mod on the Wrangler today. That's why you see it in the background as opposed to the Tacoma sitting out there. But I wanted to do a real quick search because I was curious as to what the status is of the 2023 Tacoma. So I went to my local dealer, the place that I've bought a million Toyotas at, and I did a search. I searched 2023 Tacoma. Actually, I searched 2023 Toyotas first off, and they only have like, I think it's like 9 or 6 or something like that. I don't know. And then I nailed it down. I actually just went through those because there weren't many. I didn't have to go through a ton of different vehicles, right? And sadly, there are no 2023 Tacomas available. I was really kind of shocked. I mean, I knew it was going to end at some point, but I didn't really think it was going to end so abruptly, so quickly. Now, maybe they've got some stragglers coming. You know, I don't know. We're almost to mid-January, so I kind of doubt that we're going to see any new 23 Tacomas come in unless they trade for some. I don't know. Do dealerships, when they have trouble selling vehicles, do they kind of send them out to different dealerships? Maybe other dealerships make deals for them. I don't know. But I don't suspect there's going to be any more. So we're kind of in a lag here. If you want a new Toyota Tacoma, at least from my dealership, you are SOL. You can't get one. There are no more. That means that the next Tacoma that you're going to be able to buy new, at least in my area, my dealership, is going to be the 2024 redesign. How do you feel about that? And did you get your Toyota Tacoma? I'm curious. I'm not seeing any comments on here, so either people are just as shocked as I am, or they've already gotten theirs. Maybe you're getting the 2024. I don't know. I'd also be curious to know if you've ponied up the deposit for the 2024. Maybe you've decided you're going to go with it. Doesn't matter. You're going to pick up that brand new model. And I am seeing a few people that are doing that, but it's kind of amazing to me how few there are. At least people that are leaving comments on the channel and on the different social media outlets I'm on. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of people that are doing it, which doesn't bode well for the new Tacoma, although you hear others that state in their area they've got X number coming in and half or 3/4 of those are already sold, the 2024s I'm talking about, even with the outrageous pricing that we've got right now. John Bailey, how do I feel? It's about time. Yeah, well, I mean, from a timing perspective, bringing in this new 2024, yeah, it's about time. We've been talking about the new Tacoma now for months, right? Maybe a year. You know, when Toyota first announced, or we first knew, I don't know if Toyota announced it. Toyota's funny. They don't seem to ever announce anything. Everything is always leaked. I find that hard to believe, that they're so porous in the main offices at Toyota that they can't keep anything quiet. I mean, is somebody getting paid off to do this, or do they just have a bunch of troll-type people out there that can't wait to feed information out to the public? I don't know. I almost think it's more like Toyota is feeding it themselves, knowing that it's going to be leaked. That they don't really tell their people, hey, don't say anything about this. It's top secret. That they kind of want people to leak out the information. And you know, if you think about it, nothing really garners more attention than when you attach the word leaked to it, right? You see all kinds of videos from YouTubers on the web about leaked information, right? So it's a headline grabber. And Toyota doesn't even have to pay for marketing or for press, right? They don't have to make commercials. They just leak things out there, and all the rest of us take care of it for them for free. It's so nice of us to do that, you know? Skivian, SK Vivian. I always mess this name up too. A dealer in Western Colorado is showing 11 2023s in stock. Yeah, and I'm sure there are some dealerships out there, particularly if you're in or near a bigger city, that might have some left. I don't know, but where I'm at in deep South Texas, you know, it's a smaller community. We don't have millions of people around us, so I'm sure they probably get less inventory in as it is. SK Vivian, you better like black or white though, LOL, no variety. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna see for the most part, I'm sure, in the new Tacoma that's coming. It's gonna be black, white, silver, and gray, because those are the ones that everybody buys. They're the most popular colors. Nobody buys something like electric lime green out there, right? So they're not going to produce, you know, a million electric lime green trucks or whatever the equivalent is. They're going to produce the ones that appeal to most people, which, I mean, obviously makes perfect sense, right? If you're selling a widget, you want to sell as many widgets as you can. You don't want to handicap yourself by putting out different variants and colors and things that nobody wants, right? So I get it. I understand. SK Vivian, that's all right. I'm still a fan. LOL. Well, that's good. That's good. And you know, what's really going to be interesting to see is the used Toyota Tacoma going to become astronomically popular, you know, from a modding standpoint. Kind of like old Jeeps, right? You know, you've got the TJs, the CJs. They're hugely popular in the modding community. Is that what's going to happen with the Tacoma? They're going to become even more valuable, and personally I hope so, because, you know, I own one. But are they going to become even more valuable because they're no longer new? You can no longer get one, right? In other words, they're more scarce. Scarcity always leads to economic value, right? As long as people want them. I mean, the Pacer, remember the old Pacer that's out there? That's pretty scarce, but nobody wants it, right? That was a dog of a car. Nick Forrest, they should close the Toyota dealership where I live. Last time I was there, it was mostly a graveyard, a few new gen Tundras, 2 Capstones, a Sequoia. Well, it depends on where you live. I mean, if it's a very tiny dealership and they have very low overhead, you know, they sell a couple of trucks a month or something and they're in the money. So yeah, they're probably not going to close it. I doubt that. Or maybe that's an opportunity for you. Maybe you pony up the funds, take out a few loans, mortgage everything you own, buy that dealership, and then set it up the way that you want it. Huh? I like that. That's capitalism for you. So anyway, I just thought it was, it's almost sad in a way, because for me anyway, the 2023, the 3rd gen Tacoma is done. It's not to say I couldn't get one. I'm sure I could drive up to Dallas or Houston or Austin or McAllen. I'm sure there's a few out there still, and there always will be. I mean, even when, well, for a while, even when the 2024s start to hit the lots, you're going to see those old dusty 3rd gens sitting back there just waiting for a home from somebody, right? Steve, some Tacomas left at my local dealers, mostly base SR and SR5. A couple sports and off-roads, all black and white, with one blue off-road on hold to a customer. Yeah, I hate how they do that. I mean, we're so bland. You know, when you drive down the road, what do you see a majority of? White, black, silver, gray. That's what everybody buys. Where is the flair? Where is the personality in what you buy, you know? Where is the excitement in it? That's part of the reason I bought the electric lime out there. I wanted it to stand out. Now, I have ulterior motives, obviously. I mean, I have the YouTube channel. I want something that's going to be very visible to the public. Everybody's going to see it. I mean, let's take a look at it. You can see it out there glistening in the sun and enjoy it, because if you live in an area like I do, you can't get that truck anymore, at least new. Granted, you could buy a used one, but look at it out there glistening in the sun. Video just does not do it well. I'd walk out there, but we're having like huge winds here right now, and you guys wouldn't like the audio much, but love the way it looks. Got to admit, didn't love the color when I saw it in video and in pictures, but when you see that color in person, I mean, I don't know if the camera picks it up right now, but It has different hues, different tones in it. Everything pops right out. I mean, it's just awesome. Not going to be able to get it anymore, at least not new. And it's going to be pretty scarce anyway, because I don't know how many electric Lime Tacomas they actually built. I can't imagine they built a ton of them, but you never know. Let's see. Jeffrey Suarez. I purchased a brand new 4Runner 44th anniversary back in September. The color, if black with the stripes. It must be the color was black with the stripes. How do you like it? How's it doing for you? Track MHS, North Attleboro, Massachusetts. 285 Tacomas available. I would be very surprised if that's true. Maybe they've got some 2024 sprinkled in there. There's no way one dealership has 285 Tacomas. I'd be shocked. I could be wrong, but that just seems absurd to me. Wayne Scott. Hey, Wayne Scott, how you doing? Track MHS, actually 285 in New England. When I'm getting a little skeptical, is it New England? Is it whatever the other place you said was? North Attleboro? All 2023s. Well, I'll have to do a little research myself because I'm just curious. I just find it extremely difficult to believe that anybody has that kind of volume. Maybe they're the last of the 2023 third gen Tacoma dump or something. I don't know. Why it would be out that way, I have no idea. Matter of fact, if anybody was going to dump a bunch of new Tacomas somewhere, I would think it would be in Texas. Because Texas, or not, actually it wouldn't even be Texas. It would be Hawaii, because Hawaii is #1 in Toyota Tacoma sales. That'd be the place to check, I guess, to see if there's any 23s available in Hawaii. Of course, they do have to get them there. I mean, they're built in Mexico solely now, in case you didn't know that. So they'd have to ship via boat, obviously, or ship from Mexico, but then again, they ship all over the place anyway. I'm sure there's ships constantly pulling into Hawaii to supply, so probably not really an issue, right? So anyway, one question I did want to answer, somebody asked me, a few people have asked me the other day because of the videos I put out about the pricing and all that stuff, which is horrid, you know, and then accusing me, it's funny, they're accusing me of buying a 24 Tacoma. I'm here to tell you I have done nothing to buy a 2024 Tacoma at this point. I don't have any deposits down. I'm not in the market. I'm not looking. And that's primarily because I went to hybrid. Now, there's a caveat to that. If I buy the hybrid, I'm not paying 50 or 60, well, more like 60 or 70, whatever, grand for it. I'm not going to do it. There's just not enough value in a Tacoma for me to spend that kind of money. That's crazy money, I think. So it's just not going to happen. Jeffrey Suarez. I like my 4Runner. I live in Wyoming, Michigan. A lot of snow here in Michigan. I lived in Michigan about 310 years ago. Marshall, Michigan, and Jackson, Michigan. If you're familiar with either one. I'm sure you're familiar with Jackson, I would think. I don't know where Wyoming, Michigan is, though. M. Jones, we need a wild Tacoma hunt video in Hawaii then. Hashtag sponsorship. You'd see them everywhere. I doubt you would even get out of the parking lot before they just roll by in numbers. From what I've seen, they are everywhere. And I have some folks on the channel who live in Hawaii and have told me about them being everywhere. So it wouldn't be too hard to find Tacomas in Hawaii. Again, it is the #1 spot sales-wise. The most are sold in Hawaii. So Toyota has locked down the market there when it comes to mid-size trucks. Uno Roberto. Hello, Uno. How you doing? I hope you're having a great Friday afternoon. It is afternoon, right? Yeah, it's 12:16 p.m. here. If you're on the East Coast, I think it's probably 1:16 p.m. And if you're on the West Coast, I have no idea what time it is out there. 9 something in the morning. What are you? Couple hours behind. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10:16 in the morning. I'm not even sure. Jeffrey, Wyoming, Michigan is less than 10 minutes from Grand Rapids. Been to Grand Rapids too, familiar with that. That's not far. Let's see, Grand Rapids. I don't know how far Grand Rapids is from Marshall and Jackson. I was really young when I was there, at least in Jackson. I mean, I was a teeny tiny kid, although I did go to, I think I went to elementary school maybe in Jackson, Michigan. Tucker and I, Newfoundland. I'm going with Newfoundland. I never knew how to pronounce that really. Newfoundland, Canada. Bought a 2024 Tacoma in September. Well, you couldn't have bought one. I mean, you put down a deposit on one? Is that what you mean? Or did you go in and pony up all the money for it and don't have the truck yet? I'm curious. Maybe you have connections I don't know about. Wayne's Scott, Tacomas need the water hover ability in Hawaii in case the island submerges. Well, I think there'll be a lot bigger problems in Hawaii if that happens. So Tacoma hovers is not probably a big concern or a priority. Tucker and I, sorry, 2023. Okay, congratulations. Maybe you knew somebody. I don't know. Maybe you and the Toyota family are tight. I mean, I don't know. SK Vivian, did anybody catch the video printed out a few weeks ago showing the roof rack on the 4th Gen Pro? No, I have not seen that. I'm sure they have a product. You know, it's very interesting. I saw a video of Toyota must have opened up opened up for all of the aftermarketers. It was like a flurry of bees. They had a truck or two sitting there, Tacomas, and all of the aftermarketers were there with their measuring equipment. You know, they're using lasers and robots and all this stuff, measuring all the panels, obviously, so they can come up with aftermarket parts. I mean, it's going to be big business for them, in addition to, of course, previous generation Tacoma aftermarket stuff. But it was funny to watch, because when you're looking at it, it's all these guys running around with these long rods, you know, measuring all of the different angles and stuff on the new Tacoma. It was pretty wild to see. I think that was a TikTok video as well. I'm not sure. Wee Fergie, morning Rob. Sorry I'm late to the party. Well, you're here now, and that's really all that matters, right? Hold on, I'm trying to give myself some hearts. There we go. See all those hearts there? That's me doing that. That's my thank you to you folks for being on here, right? There's a smile for somebody who's offended by a heart. Lighten up, right? Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to get on, kind of talk about that real quick. It's a sad day. The end of an era for me at my dealership seems to be over. No new 2023 Tacomas available. Again, leave a comment down below. Make sure to let me know if there's any available in your area. I'd be curious to know. Maybe, you know, the city, state, whatever, where you guys are, and what kind of quantity you're seeing available. And I mean actual trucks available, not fudged numbers out there or something, you know. Are you going to buy a 2024? Of course. I'm a Tacoma YouTuber. I have to buy a 2024. Key is when and what. I'm going to have fun, Fergie. You too, buddy. Again, thanks for joining me. Just a real quick one today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on the web. Bye.